welcome to
Oh, it's already going.
Derp and Friends Reviews on Derp.
I'm a ski nerd. So,
Today we're reviewing The Boys Season 4, Episode 3.
yeah, it was good. I liked it. Alright, good review. That was pretty alright.
Brought back some of the zaniness we know.
Yeah, it started with a boys' choir, and they were singing,
And a
Homelander
rally.
and he was calling Starlight, she's a horrible person, shouldn't trust her. And some guy's like, yeah, we need to string her up. And he's just like, yeah, I like you, man. You're awesome. And a bunch of other shenanigans happened. You got a meetup with Butcher and Ryan.
Ryan.
Frenchie and Kimiko go on their own adventure. And Huey finally confronts his mother. Finally. In a good way this time. And then Mother's Milk tries to recruit
A-Train.
So,
then we get Christmas on Ice.
Yes, Christmas on Ice. That was very magical. We're gonna put the Christ back in Christmas. That's what we learned. There's a lot of stuff going on in this one.
Very story driven.
Yeah, it was very good story driven wise, and there was still some the boys butchery and stuff like that, which is pretty great.
First of all, after the choir were introduced, it's announced that Firecracker and Sister Sage is officially members of the Seven.
That's right. And they're looking for a seventh. So another character is going to come around maybe someday. And Sister Sage is pissed off at Homelander because she says she wants to be in the background, but he doesn't want to hear it. He is very petty, as he says. He doesn't want to be challenged. Yet he says, you guys are all, in the last episode, you guys are all idiots. You need to challenge me. You need to stand up for yourselves. But then he'll go, laser your face off as soon as you challenge him. And he'll be really mad. As we can tell, he's very childish, especially around Ryan. He just wants Ryan to do what he wants. He doesn't think about Ryan's feelings, only his own. Throughout the entire time he's being a dad.
That's why in season 2, when he pushed Ryan off the house.
He was just trying to make him fly. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. And so after that we have what did happen after that? I know we just watched it, but it's kind of hard to remember everything all in order.
It may not be in order, but
yeah, this is gonna be out of order because we didn't write anything down because we're professionals.
I know we had the meetup of Butcher and Joe, or Monkey.
Yep.
Where he once again tried to recruit Butcher, but he gave Butcher some drugs to knock out Ryan.
Some fentanyl-laced drugs. And the goal there was they were trying to knock him out, and then they were going to take him somewhere, I guess,
to Mallory or Grace.
To Grace, okay. The mean lady.
Their CIA, the top, their boss in the CIA.
Yeah. And that kind of fails. He decides just to play foosball with him instead, because he realizes, he kind of has a heart-to-heart with Ryan. He's just like, I have a tough time with people. I push them away because I'm not a good person. And he says that out loud. And Ryan has these conflicting feelings of, he tells him about his quote-unquote save, and he killed a guy. But Butcher doesn't know this, but he says I pushed him and I hurt him, and he's like, oh, he's gonna be fine, right? And then Ryan kind of looks down and he's just like, you can tell like it's really bothering him. And when the same issue comes up with Homelander, Homelander's like, the hell are you talking about? They're beneath us. They're our toys. They're like, if he dies, then whatever. Like, I don't care how you're feeling. This is great for your numbers, kind of thing. And Ryan is really conflicted because he feels, of course, you feel bad. He killed a guy, not on purpose, on accident. Pushed him a little too hard, just a little bit.
It kind of puts me towards the side of, I honestly think by the end of the season, Ryan might kill Homelander. Because that is a theory.
It's possible, but I mean, you could see that in Ryan and other like episodes, like when he gets really mad. Like he was the one who killed what's her name?
Becca?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He killed her too.
Or he was
the superhero, the Nazi lady.
Yeah. He was
Stormfront.
He was aiming at Stormfront, but also hit Becca, his mom.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yes, it's been a while. And so that was good storytelling. And then we have Frenchie and Kimiko. They go on their adventure.
Kimiko finds out that
Frenchie's popping his pills.
That there is a Shining Light cell, which is Shining Light is the terrorist organization she was forced into as a kid. That also gave her the V.
Yep, and now she's has Wolverine powers of healing instantaneously.
And they go on a adventure to take out the cell.
Yep. And
after Frenchie gets high.
Pops a couple pills and he starts hallucinating, and he sees as she's like spilling people's blood.
He sees rubber duckies and boats fly out of their rooms.
Bubbles, and it's like a bubble bath, and it's pretty great.
And the noise of squeaky toys when she hits people.
Yep. And then he goes, and then he like walks away, and he envisions his new boyfriend or whatever.
Colin.
And he's like, hey, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm just gonna chill in here with my family that you killed. And it's like all his like dead relatives, and then all like the innocent dead people
that he killed for little Nina.
Yeah, and he feels really guilty about it, which is why he gets he uses drugs a lot.
And then after all those innocents, we see little Nina.
Yep, and she kind of talks for a little bit, but this is all hallucination, so she's not actually really there. But you can tell that it's really bothering him. And then Kimiko runs into someone that kind of looks like or someone that she knows.
Yeah, from the Shining Light, like when she was part of the terrorist group, I believe.
Yeah, we don't know who she is, but Kimiko knows who she is, but she won't say anything. And then she goes up to Frenchie. She's like, I want to help you with this whole Colin thing. And Frenchie gets mad at her, like, no, some things I have to keep to yourself. Are you gonna tell me what that chick we ran into? And she got quiet, and he's like, yeah, see, ha ha ha. He like runs away basically. But then we have the thing with Homelander. So he has the singing rally, and then later on we get introduced to the what was it, Christmas? The Vault presents Christmas something, some Christmas musical.
Christmas on Ice.
Christmas on Ice, yeah, that's what it is. And they're all they're all singing and stuff like that, and doing a rehearsal basically. So Victoria Newman is there.
With Homelander.
Yep. And they're there because they heard that there was a secret meeting between them. And
just Huey and Mother's Milk.
Yep, Huey and Mother's Milk. So Huey goes up and he has to bug the place. So he goes right above where they're at, and instead of just bugging and getting the fuck out of there, he kind of just stays there and he wants to listen.
I think it was also he didn't want to accidentally have them hear him.
Yeah, I thought that too, because they were just there, and he knows that has super hearing. Um, but so what they're talking about is how the Victoria Newman, she's a soup, but she says she's not, and so she's running for vice president, and she hears she had a there was like some meeting with the presidential nominee,
Dakota Bob
and she wasn't invited, but she still came anyways. And they were talking about trying to get rid of the soups,
in the military,
any
police.
any government position, no soups, and they should be quote be put on uh, the Masked Singer where they belong because they're just a show.
Basically, what they're trying to do is like in Avengers or the superhero registry,
Yeah,
so
pretty
they
much.
can keep track of them at all times.
Yeah, which goes against Fourth Amendment rights, which is terrible. Anyways, so that all happens, and then Huey is hot where he is in the pipe above them, and he drip of sweat comes out of his nose and lands on Homelander, and Homelander immediately smells it, and he's like, this fucker's here. So he starts lasering the pipe, and Huey's like climbing through this pipe, and Mother's Milk is able to shine a light in Homelander's face, and
Instead, he lasers the Queen Maeve ice skater look like.
Queen Maeve on ice in two, and everybody starts to panic, and so one of the skaters runs over one of the actors' uh, fingers, and then one of them's trying to like get out of there, and so he cuts another guy's throat. It was a whole bunch of panic, and then the media covered up. I was like, oh, there was an electrical fire, and we have to, you know, stop this. You know, covering up all their crimes and stuff like that, which is pretty great. Also, there was another scene where a random dude walks into the Starlight Academy or whatever it is, and he's like,
Starlight
yeah, the Starlight Home. He's like, hey, where are you keeping the kids in the basement? The guy's like, we don't have a basement. He's like, yeah, right. Pulls out a gun. Frenchie happens to be there, and he beats the guy up.
and he gets beat as well.
It's basically Pizzagate. They make fun of people at Pizzagate. Um, and so that was interesting to watch. Um, then there's a thing between Starlight and Firecracker. Firecracker starts making accusations like, oh, I didn't have to suck a guy's dick to get to the seven like other female superheroes.
Turns out Starlight and Firecracker know each other from the pageant days.
Yep, when they were 13 ish.
And they're in the final round, and Starlight made some accusations about how
She had a gangbang,
yeah,
an anal gangbang or whatever.
to
And
get to the finals.
yeah, and Firecracker has held this grudge for a super long time against Starlight. And Starlight has no idea who this person is. But she held this grudge, and she's like, "Oh, I was just innocent, or I was stupid and immature back then, and my mother told me to be ruthless." But Firecracker is not gonna forget that. She's not gonna let it go. I mean, I kind of don't blame her. If someone would spread a rumor against me, I would want revenge too. Like it's and if I could do it, then I would do it. And so she's gonna make Starlight's life a living hell, or at least try to. Um, Even though she doesn't have any superpowers, all she can do is like spark.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling that she might be hiding something.
She could be. I don't know. Um, but it seems like she's Sister Sage is recruiting people for the mind games, the big the big kind of chess moves from behind the scenes. Um, which is cool. I want to see how that goes. Um,
It
and
goes like that.
what?
It's Welker.
Oh, okay.
All I heard was, I want to see how that goes. And I'm like, it goes like that.
Yeah. Oh, this is our friend Welker, and he's on, and someone else popped on too.
That would
Ops.
be ops.
Yep. Yeah, we're in the middle
We
of
were
our
just
review right
playing
now, so you
zombies.
guys can chime in if you want. But I think we're almost done.
Yeah.
But let's see. Firecracker wants revenge, and she's like goes up to Starlight and goes, "Do you remember what you said to me? Like after you when I asked to see like if it was you?" She's like, "No, I don't remember. I don't even remember who you are." And she's like, "You told me I don't talk to fat sluts." And it kind of like she had to leave the pageantry after that, um, and she's held a grudge since. So yeah, we'll see if she gets her revenge or how she gets her revenge if she does in the upcoming season, or maybe they'll save it for the next season. I don't know,
I doubt it.
but yeah, I feel like they're gonna do something with that.
Because it
And
feels like this is the fact that we don't. It doesn't seem like Firecracker really has any powers. I don't think she's gonna live long.
no, um, and then like the last scene was Ryan coming home back to the tower, and Homelander catching him. He's just like, "Hey, where were you?" He's like, oh, "You made up a lie about I had to go get some Coney Island hot dogs," and Homelander's like, "I know you're lying. For you were with Butcher, weren't you? I can smell him on you. Like I didn't know that he was that good with his nose that he could
I'm
smell
pretty sure it
people."
was Mark because he can read their their heartbeats and tell when they're lying.
Well, remember when the sweat came down? He knew it was Huey. He's like, that smells like Huey. That's why he started zapping right away. Um, and so he knows they're if you can tell their sense like a like or, like Wolverine, he can go up, he just smells and he can pick up on people's sense. Homelander has the heightened smell sense, I guess. Um,
Which we haven't seen before.
but Homelander doesn't understand of why he would go see Butcher, and he's like, well, Butcher's dying kind of thing, and Butcher, you know, Butcher was in love with his mom, so of course Butcher's gonna be in on it, but Homelander doesn't see it that way. He's like, how are you? How dare you betray me? Like this doesn't make any sense. He's like, I give everything for you. I give everything, and we're gonna rule this world. Blah blah blah. And he just doesn't understand why he has a huge disconnect with his own son, and it's just like a child raising a child. He doesn't. Homelander doesn't know anything. Um, so that's kind of how it ended.
Or the last scene was him talking to himself in the mirror again.
Oh, that's right. He was talking in the mirror. He's kind of crazy. There was one that was giving him support, one that was like berating him, and then the one at the top was the overall. I guess maybe it was his hit or something like that. I don't know.
Instead of only one version of him, there was four.
Yeah, I think the one I don't the one on the bottom didn't do anything.
Yeah, I think that was just the actual reflection of himself.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. But yeah, that's where it kind of ended, and yeah, he's a little crazy because he never had any. He's just a test tube baby test subject. Never had was raised by no parents,
And he does whatever he wants.
yeah,
As he said at the end of season 2,
yep,
as he was masturbating.
yep. He loves his milk and he loves doing whatever he wants, and he doesn't have that authoritative figure saying you can't do this, and he doesn't understand why he can't do something. He doesn't understand that hurting people is not good for any kind of society, but he doesn't understand that how other people get hurt because he can't really get hurt. So, yeah. But anyways, child. He's a man-child. So, yeah, that's it for our review. Overall, I like the second episode a little more because there was more like gory stuff.
What the fuck moments?
Yeah. But this one, yeah, it was still good. It was the story-wise, it was way better. This one. But episode 4 comes on next week, next Thursday, so we'll be here for that.
And we're also on the same day be back to reviewing Great Teacher Onizuka.
Yep. 5 episodes.
I don't even remember what episodes were.
I think it's 31 to 35 we're going to have to do. So, I only know that because I wrote it down. So, anyways.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Put comments in the comment section.
What you want us to review or ideas.
If you disagree with us.
No Dragon Ball. No One Piece. No Naruto. No.
If you hate us, let us know. If you want to see our entrails hung up like laundry, let us know. Maybe we'll talk to the boys and put that in there. Anyways, yeah, I just made that really creepy.
Was it creepy, Welker or ups?
No, I've heard creepier.
Okay. What? Anyways, I'm Ski Nerd, and that's
Derp.
And that was our review. So, yeah. Okay, bye.